I'm sure this issue has come to your attention. And first of all, what would be your initial reaction to that act that happened yesterday at the Tamale Metropolitan Assembly Warehouse?
First of all, let me completely dismiss the assertion that those who were engaged in that act are NDC supporters. That is completely false. Those people are not NDC supporters. NDC supporters were not in any acts of vandalism or hooliganism or looting. Not at all. Indeed, you appreciate and recognize that the mayor of Tamale was a contender in the parliamentary elections for Tamale Central. This same state warehouse were the end from which the mayor was seen cutting out rice, oil, and other stuff for the purpose of distributing to electorates in order to be able to garner votes. Now, having distributed same from those works, okay, and when the elections were conducted and he lost, some people found it worthy of clamoring and chanting towards that place to be sure that the MC actually exhausted the booty that he had for distribution. If he didn't have it, it was their turn to what? Also take their share from the bulk of stock that was there.
But Sek, I was there or were there yesterday. We saw people, even though as they jubilate, some of them were wearing MPP t-shirts, and some of them, or I should say majority of them, were also wearing NDC t-shirts.
Thank you very much.
Have you seen the video?
You are saying that.
Have you seen the video?
Wearing NDC t-shirts and MPP t-shirts.
Even when they were, I'm coming, I will let you answer. Even when they were celebrating on the streets, riding motorbikes and what have you, they were still wearing MPP t-shirt and will still wear an NDC t-shirt. But majority of those who were there yesterday were in NDC t-shirts.
What I am saying is that the fact that somebody is an NDC t-shirt does not necessarily make the person an NDC person. You have alluded that some people were wearing MPP t-shirts, assuming that these were NDC people who were trying to wear MPP t-shirts as part of their celebration mood. Will you declare them MPP members just on the fact that they are wearing MPP t-shirts? So that somebody is wearing an NDC t-shirt in a jubilant mood, that in itself does not immediately qualify to declare that person. And maybe the bandits, the criminals, the looters saw an opportunity in NDC jubilating. So let's find NDC t-shirts. Let's wear it and go and take the loot. So that as we are taking it, the easier way will be that for us to be seen as NDC members who are engaged in what? Taking advantage of the victory of NDC to loot food out of the stocks.
But I want to stay on this subject much longer. Isn't it interesting that you are dismissing this assertion, but clearly people who don't let me ask, why would someone who doesn't believe in the ideology of the NDC wear your t-shirt to go out there to jubilate after the vice president had called your presidential candidate to congratulate him? Why would somebody do that?
That why must be answered with that, by that somebody, unless you want me to conjecture. Let me give you a practical example. In GHOne constituency, last night, the MCE himself, the municipal chief executive of GHOne district, went to the assembly stores with a truck and loaded the rice in an attempt to cut them out of the place. Our executive, led by the constituency chairman and secretary, confronted him, took the truck to the police station. Okay? The police took custody of this stock. Preventing the looting is the MCE for GHOne and NDC person. What was his response? He was claiming that that rice is his property. As I speak to you, even this morning, upon the confiscating of those goods by the police, he went again with another set of trucks to still convey the rice. So and that invited the crowds in GHOne to mass up at that warehouse to take away the foodstuffs. It took the intervention of police again to stop that. Was that action by NDC people?
But wouldn't you also rather condemn what happened? Because largely people who have seen our report there and whatever transpired live believe that these people were NDC people, even though you are also making an allegation of the fact that the DCE for GHOne also allegedly made away with some food items that belong to whoever I currently cannot authenticate.
The fact is that you are here. The MCE has a contact number. There are people in Gushegu. Your media house can verify to see whether the NDC's Regional Secretary for Northern Region was just blowing some rumors to cover up for some equalization and all that. No, I'm not into that business.
But are you rather not citing that example? But are you rather not citing that example to justify what those boys did yesterday? Is that not what you are doing?
That is exactly not the case. I am citing the example to prove to you that those activities were not conducted by NDC persons, and to buttress my earlier point that because the Tamale mayor is in contention for the position of parliamentary and was actually cutting rice from that warehouse to distribute to voters, okay, that invited same MPP hoodlums who didn't get their share of the booty to mass up there.
With NDC t-shirts?
With NDC t-shirt, that has been answered long ago. I just said that if you can convince me that those who wear MPP t-shirts in NDC's jubilation were actually MPP members by the mere fact that they were wearing t-shirts, I'll come along with you. I am not saying that nobody would have been involved in that and being an NDC person. But to conclude, are you with me, that NDC people did A, B, C, D, that would be wrong. And I'm giving you incident, practical example of what happened in Gushegu.
Okay, so as it stands now, the police are dealing with the issue. Have you received any official communication whatsoever from the police regarding this issue?
In fact, regarding this issue, the regional police commander had cause to invite me, okay, to come and discuss security issues. But at the time, I was at the coalition center. The focus was on ensuring that Northern Region's emphatic results for Excellency John Dramani Mahama are transmitted safely, okay, to ensure that victory. So I told the commander that I was not available. Whatever the issues were, we could discuss on phone. I was ready to listen to him. He said, no, if I'm done, I can come over. This morning, he placed a call again. I had to appear in his office. He placed the matter. I said, no, it's most unfortunate that people will engage in this. But the NDC party and government to be that promised to retrieve all loot, okay, back to the state, will not be the one endorsing and encouraging people to go out there and loot. Certainly, if an NDC member is found going to pick something that doesn't belong to the person, it is as criminal as if an MPP member is found doing it, or if somebody who is not tied to any political party is found doing same. Okay, I told the police commander and that we were in the process of getting our leadership to issue a statement or to hold a press conference to caution against such acts. And you just saw our national communication officer address the press and made mention of and even made allusions, okay, to some of the things that MPP people are clandestinely trying to do and find cause in blaming the NDC for hooliganism and all that on the mere fact that our party has been declared winner in an election. No, that's not part of us. We are not saying that there are no persons within NDC who will ever attempt to do those things. They belong in all shades of political parties. But then we as leaders will never encourage any such thing or give support to any such acts.